And exhale. One more time. Take a deep inhale and exhale. हे प्रभु, हे ईश्वर, हे परमपिता, आज की सुबह के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मैं बेहद कृतज्ञ हूँ ईश्वर। मैं आज की सुबह जीवित हूँ। मैंने आज आंखें खोली हैं। मैंने इस जीवन को देखा है। सचमुच मेरे जीवन में एक और जादू भरी सुबह देने के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे प्रभु, हे ईश्वर, हे परमपिता, मैं बेहद कृतज्ञ हूँ। मुझे यह जादू भरी सुबह, एक और दिन, एक नया दिन सौगात के रूप में आपने दिया है। मैं सचमुच कृतज्ञ हूँ मेरे माता और पिता की, जिन्होंने मुझे जन्म दिया, पाल पोस कर बड़ा किया। मेरे माता और पिता को प्रणाम। दिल की गहराइयों से मेरे माता और पिता को धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मैं बेहद कृतज्ञ हूँ समूचे ब्रह्मांड की, धरती माँ की, आकाश पिता की, जल देव, अग्नि देव और वायु देव की, क्योंकि उन्होंने मेरे शरीर का निर्माण किया है। मुझे सचमुच एक स्वस्थ, सभी अंगों से परिपूर्ण शरीर दिया है। हे संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड, मेरे शरीर के उपहार के लिए, मेरे प्रत्येक अंग के उपहार के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड, मैं दिल से कृतज्ञ हूँ। आपने मुझे शरीर के साथ स्वास्थ्य का भी उपहार दिया है। यह स्वास्थ्य का उपहार जो हर पल मुझे जीवित रखता है। मेरे स्वास्थ्य के उपहार के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड, मैं सच में कृतज्ञ हूँ। आपने मेरे जीवन जीने की सारी व्यवस्थाएं इस ब्रह्मांड में मेरे आने से पहले ही कर दी। पर्याप्त मात्रा में भोजन, पानी और जाने किन किन सुविधाओं को आपने सौगात के रूप में मेरे लिए पहले से बना दिया। मेरी हर आवश्यकता को पूर्ति करने के लिए धरती माँ को, आकाश पिता को, जल देव, अग्नि देव, वायु देव को दिल की गहराइयों से धन्यवाद, 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 सचमुच धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे प्रभु, हे परम पिता, हे मेरे मालिक, यह शरीर और आत्मा आपकी दी हुई है, आप इसके मालिक हैं। फिर भी इस शरीर से और इस आत्मा से जाने कितने ही कार्य मैंने किए हैं। हे प्रभु, हे परम पिता, आपने मुझे कई सारी अनुपम सौगातें दी, सबका धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे ईश्वर, हे मेरे मालिक, आपने मुझे इतनी सारी सुख सुविधाओं के अलावा एक और सुविधा दी, जिससे मैं जो भी जरूरत चाहूं उसे पूरा कर लेती हूँ। वो है धन का उपहार। सचमुच मुझे अब तक जो भी धन दिया गया, उस धन के उपहार के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे करुणानिधान, हे मेरे मालिक, आपने मेरे जीवन में प्रेम भरने के लिए, मुझे प्यार करने और प्यार कराने के लिए रिश्ते, नाते और परिवार दिए हैं। सचमुच प्रभु, मुझे यह परिवार देने के लिए, मुझे मित्र, साथी, सखा देने के लिए आपको दिल से धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मैं बहुत बहुत कृतज्ञ हूँ भगवान। हे मेरे मालिक, हे करुणानिधान, आप बेहद दयालु हैं। मैंने इस शरीर और आत्मा से कई अपराध किए हैं, फिर भी आपने मुझे अपना कहने और अपने बनाने वाले लोगों को साथ दिया। इस जीवन में मुझे कई लोगों का साथ दिया। जाने अनजाने मैं उन्हें अपनी कृतज्ञता, अपना धन्यवाद भी नहीं लौटा पाता, फिर भी सतत रूप से वो मेरे लिए कार्यशील है। हे मेरे मालिक, मुझे जीवन में इतने लोगों का साथ देने के लिए, अपने लोग देने के लिए, अपना परिवार देने के लिए आपको धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मेरे पास सच में परिवार है, रिश्ते हैं, नाते हैं, मेरे दोस्त सखा हैं। हे प्रभु, मैं सचमुच कृतज्ञ हूँ, मैं बेहद खुश हूँ कि मैं और मेरे सभी साथी 21 दिनों से ज्यादा तक इस कृतज्ञता के सुमार्ग पर चलते जा रहे हैं। हम अपने जीवन को और बेहतर बनाने की कोशिश करते जा रहे हैं, और इसी से हम यह समझ पाए हैं कि यह जीवन हमारे लिए कितना महत्वपूर्ण है। इस प्यारे जीवन के लिए और इस जीवन में कृतज्ञता के मार्ग को हमें दिखाने के लिए आपको धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे करुणानिधान, हे मेरे मालिक, मैं और मेरे सभी साथी इसी तरह कृतज्ञता के मार्ग पर चलते रहें, हमेशा रोशन रहें। ये जीवन जो आपने खुश रहने और आनंद करने के लिए दिया है, ये सुख सुविधाएं, सौगात जो आपने हमें आनंद के लिए दी है, इसका लाभ उठाते रहें, प्यार से भरे रहें, प्यार से परिपूर्ण रहें और प्रेम ही फैलाते रहें। हम जहां भी जाएं वहां बेहद खुश रहें और खुशियां बिखेरते रहें। यही मेरे लिए और मेरे सभी साथियों के लिए प्रार्थना है। हम सभी के सुमार्ग पर चलने के, कृतज्ञता के मार्ग पर चलने के बेहतरीन परिणाम के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू जी। Just rub your palms together, अपने हाथों को रब करें। दोनों हाथों से आंखों को ढक लें। बंद आंखों से सफेद प्रकाश को देखें। Feel the white light. धीरे धीरे खुद को आशीर्वाद दें। दोनों हाथों को सर पे ले जाएं और बोले, मैं सचमुच सर्वशक्तिमान हूँ, मैं सचमुच सर्वशक्तिमान हूँ, मैं असीम शक्तियों से परिपूर्ण सर्वशक्तिमान हूँ। धन्यवाद धन्यवाद धन्यवाद। दोनों हाथों को सामने रखते हुए खोले और उस परमपिता का नाम लेते हुए कहें, हे प्यारे प्रभु, आपने मेरी रचना की, सचमुच मुझे इतना प्यारा बनाने के लिए आपको धन्यवाद धन्यवाद धन्यवाद। हे मेरे मालिक, हे करुणा निधान, हे परमपिता, मेरे जैसा कोई दूजा आपने न रचा। मुझे इतना अद्भुत बनाने के लिए, मुझे मेरी इतनी अनुपम रचना करने के लिए आपको शुक्रिया शुक्रिया शुक्रिया। यस, I am invincible. I am an invincible. I am an invincible. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dear universe. Yes, I am the best. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the day. Thank you for today's beautiful day. Thank you for the best day. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, dear universe. I'm cash rich. I'm beautiful. I'm strong. I can do everything. I'm really fulfilled with happiness. I am fulfilled with love. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, to join the session. Let's start a beautiful day with a beautiful chapter. हाँ जी, अपने अपने चेहरे ऑन कर दीजिए, दिखा दीजिए। हैप्पी मॉर्निंग, डिवाइन मॉर्निंग, हेल्दी मॉर्निंग, कांग्रेचुलेशन मॉर्निंग। सब कुछ बहुत बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है हमारी जिंदगी में। जैसा भी चल रहा है बहुत ही अच्छा चल रहा है और हम बहुत आगे की ओर जा रहे हैं। कांग्रेचुलेशंस रियली टू एवरीवन कि हम लोग आगे 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 बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। कोई कुछ शेयर करना चाहता है तो बता दीजिए और हम शुरू करते हैं 21वां।
So, thank you, thank you, thank you. We reach a new day and gradually thankfulness must be coming in our life. As we become more and more grateful for everything, today we have a special day where we will be discussing magical steps. These magical steps, I mean, at every because when we are grateful for everything in life, we have to choose whatever life has given us. We become thankfulness personified. And when we walk at each step, we are grateful to the universe that we are able to take this step. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Day 19, Magic Footsteps.
Here the author has shown some footsteps on the beach and they are all sparkling. So today's exercise that when we walk, we say thank you at each step. Our footsteps are on a beach. They look beautiful.
100 times every day, I remind myself that my inner and outer life depend on the labors of other men, living and dead. and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received and am still receiving. Albert Einstein, 20th century Nobel Prize-winning physicist.
With those words, Einstein gave us a gift equal to his scientific discoveries. He gave us one of the magical secrets to his success: gratitude, every day. Einstein is the inspiration behind today's magical practice, and you are going to follow in his footsteps to bring success to your life. Today, like Einstein, you will say thank you 100 times, and you're going to do it by taking 100 magic footsteps. While it might seem unbelievable to you that taking footsteps can make a difference to your life, you'll discover that it is one of the most powerful things you can do.
God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Have you used one to say thank you? William A. Ward, 20th century writer.
To take magic footsteps, you take one step and in your mind say the magic words thank you as your foot touches the ground. And then again say thank you as your other foot touches the ground. One foot thank you, next foot thank you, and continue saying the magic words with every footstep. The best thing about magic footsteps is that you can take any number of magic footsteps anywhere and at any time. Through your house, from one room to another, walking to get your lunch or coffee, taking the trash out, walking to a business meeting, on your way to catch a train or bus. You can take magic footsteps on your way to anything that's important to you, like exams, a date, a job interview, an audition, to meet a client, to the bank or the ATM, the dentist, doctor, hairdresser, to see your team play in a sports game, down corridors, through airport terminals, in parks, or from one block to another. I take magic footsteps around my home, from my bed to my bathroom, kitchen to my bedroom, and outside to my car and the mailbox. Whenever I walk down a street or walk anywhere, I choose a point as my destination, and I put gratitude in my footsteps all the way. If you take notice of how you're feeling before you begin, then you will notice a big difference in how you feel after you've taken magic footsteps. It doesn't matter if you can't get much of a feeling of gratitude while you're taking them. I promise you, you will still feel happier afterward. If you're feeling down, magic footsteps will make you feel better. And even if you're feeling great, magic footsteps will lift your spirits even higher. To take the most effective magic footsteps, take them for about 90 seconds. This is how long it will take the average person to take 100 steps at a leisurely pace. This practice is not about taking 100 steps exactly, but taking at least that number of steps, because it will probably take that number of footsteps to make a difference to the way you feel. Once you're clear on the approximate distance, you can take your 100 steps of gratitude anytime during the day. Don't count the footsteps when you're doing the practice, because you'll be counting instead of saying the magic words thank you with each step. When you have completed today's magical practice, you will have said the magic words thank you 100 times. How many days of your life have you said thank you 100 times? And Einstein did it every day.
Recap of the Magic Footsteps practice.
Take 100 magic footsteps for about 90 seconds in gratitude anytime during the day. With each footstep, say and feel the magic words, thank you. Don't forget to count your blessings when you wake up in the morning. And remember to use your magic rock to remind yourself to be grateful for the best thing that happened during the day.
So today the exercise is magic footsteps, and we will take the steps right now. Wherever we are, we will just stand up. One step takes about 1 second, so it's 7:10. I will just time it, and I will also walk. We will take 100 steps, and after 2 minutes, we will rejoin after taking the steps. Whenever we take the step, we will say thank you. Whether we are in the room or outside, we will just take 100 steps right now. So, when you are doing this exercise, do not uh, mm, count the number of steps, because then the thank you word disappears. So it will be good if you just go in and just say thank you and do the timing, because 2 minutes 120 seconds, one step takes about uh, 1 second. So approximately in 120 seconds you will complete the 100 steps. So, and as thankfulness reverberates in your mind, thankfulness will gradually bless in your life. It will descend from the surroundings, and the entire exercise will become very thankfulness oriented. So, anybody would like to say something at this stage? Yes. Any experiences somebody would like to share so far? What has happened in your life? How much of gratitude, happiness starts entering your life? Gratitude, more and more reasons of gratitude just start coming. And little by little, gratitude descends in your life from everywhere. So today the numbers are also slightly less. So day 19 of the Magic by Rhonda Byrne for MBBS students and health professionals in India. The Magic by Rhonda Byrne guides individuals on a journey of transformation through gratitude and positivity. Day 19 introduces the concept of magic footsteps, highlighting the power of walking with gratitude and intention. This article explores the essence of day 19 and how medical students and health professionals can follow these magical footsteps to enhance their medical journeys. Day 18 focuses on practicing mindfulness and gratitude through magic footsteps. By walking with intention and gratitude, individuals can elevate their awareness and experience moments of joy and connection. MBBS students can apply magic footsteps to their learning journeys by walking to their classes with gratitude for education they receive. They can turn the routine walks into moments of reflection and positivity. Health professionals can walk with intention and around with the hospital or clinic, reflecting on patient care and expressing gratitude for the opportunity to make a difference. This practice deepens their connection to their profession and patients. Magic footsteps can be incorporated during breaks. Health professionals can walk mindfully, focusing on their breath, expressing gratitude for moments of rest, leading to stress reduction and improved well-being. Connecting with colleagues, professionals can walk with gratitude and intention when interacting with colleagues. By expressing appreciation for teamwork and collaboration, they foster a positive work environment. And mindful learning journeys, an MBBS student practices magic footsteps while walking to the anatomy class. They express gratitude for the opportunity to learn about the human body, enhancing their engagement and understanding of the subject. A doctor takes magic footsteps during hospital rounds. With each step, they express gratitude for the chance to contribute to patients' well-being, deepening their commitment to patient care. A nurse takes mindful magic footsteps during her break. By focusing on her breath and expressing gratitude for the moment of rest, she returns to work with renewed energy and reduced stress. A healthcare professional walks with intention to a team meeting. They express gratitude for their colleagues' expertise, fostering a sense of unity and enhancing communication during the meeting. Conclusion. Day 19 of Magic Footsteps introduces the concept of magic footsteps, emphasizing the power of walking with intention and gratitude. Medical students and health professionals in India can integrate these practices into their medical journeys by incorporating mindful learning, patient-centered walks, stress-relieving breaks, and fostering positive connections with colleagues. By following these magic footsteps, they can cultivate mindfulness, gratitude, and positivity, enhancing their experiences within the dynamic field of medical sciences. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So gradually gratitude moves in our life. We all belong to the same energy, and this gratitude vibrations, they move from one person to another, to your spouse, to your children, within the family. The whole house gets full of vibrations of gratitude. In your department, the gratitude serves as the big the gratitude brings a lot of vibrations of happiness, and the whole gradually people will start behaving differently. The whole college will start differently. Your whole city will start behaving. I mean, you will see gratitude coming from all directions towards you. And as all the we create. We are very grateful to Dr. Vishnu Das for bringing such a big team and involving so many people in their college. I mean, just like this, over a period of time, multiple colleges will get involved, and gratitude, 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 it will reverberate. This will create Satyug level individuals, and gradually we will have not only me, there are thousands of people involved in this effort, and this Yug Parivartan era is, it is there written astrologically also. So the difference between the Satyug and Kalyug, in Kalyug people are full of complaining attitude, whereas in Satyug people thank existence for it, what it has already given us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody would like to say something? So it is a Sunday morning, and maybe a little bit of cold has come, so people are some people have not joined anyway. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just searching for that. We can see a little bit of the secret movie which we had shared. So just a moment, I'm just getting it. We'll see another portion of it.
Absolutely the way to bring more into your life.
Every man knows that when his wife's appreciating him for the little things he does, what does he want to do? He wants to do more. It's always about appreciation. It pulls things in. It attracts support.
I've said for many years that whatever we think about and thank about, we bring about.
Because that's that feeling that you have to have, you know. And so for me, it's been such a powerful exercise every morning to get up and say thank you. Every morning when my feet hit the floor, thank you. And then I start running through what I'm grateful for as I'm going to brush my teeth and do the things I do in the morning. And I'm not just thinking about them and doing some rote routine, but I'm putting it out there and I'm feeling the feelings of gratitude.
Because as soon as you start to feel differently about what you already have, you will start to attract more of the good things, more of the things you can be grateful for. Because you can look around and say, well, look, I don't have the car I want, I don't have the house I want, I don't have the health I want, I don't have the spouse I want. Oh, back up, back up. Those are all the things you don't want. Focus on what you already have that you're grateful for. And it might be you have the eyes to watch this. It might be the clothes that you have. Yes, you might prefer something else, and you might get something else pretty soon if you start feeling grateful for what you have.
I think everybody goes through times when they say, oh man, things aren't working right, or things are going bad, and there were some things going on in my family, and I found a rock. I was just sitting here holding this rock. You might see me carrying around. I found a rock. I stuck it in my pocket, and I said, you know what? Every time I touch this rock, I'm going to think of something that I'm grateful for. And so every morning when I get up in the morning, I pick it up off the dresser, I put it in my pocket, and I go through the things that I'm grateful for. At night, what do? You empty your pocket, and there it is again. And I've had some different experiences with that. I've had some amazing experiences. I had a guy from South Africa, and he saw me drop it. He said, what is that?
Well, what's that?
I explained it to him, so he started calling it a gratitude rock.
Gratitude rock.
2 weeks later, I got an email from him, from South Africa. And he said, my son is dying from a rare disease. It's a type of hepatitis. He said, would you send me 3 gratitude rocks? Now, they're just rocks I found off the street, you know? So I said, sure. I had to make sure that the rocks were very special. And so I went out to the stream, looked, picked out the right rocks, and sent them off to him. 4 or 5 months later, I get an email from him. He said, my son's better. He's doing terrific. And he said, but you need to know something. He says, we've sold over 1,000 rocks at $10 a piece as gratitude rocks, and we've raised all this money for charity. Thank you very much. And so it's very important to be in an attitude of gratitude, as I call it.
Another thing that I would suggest that you do right now to turn your life around, and this is so huge that I can't find the words to describe just how powerful this can be for you.
I took the visualization process from the Apollo program and instituted it during the 1980s and 90s into the Olympic program. And it was called Visual Motor Rehearsal. When you visualize, then you materialize. And the interesting thing about the mind is we took Olympic athletes and then hooked them up to sophisticated biofeedback equipment and had them run their event only in their mind. Incredibly, the same muscles fired in the same sequence when they were running the race in their mind as when they were running it on the track. How could this be? Because the mind can't distinguish whether you're really doing it or whether it's just a practice. I think if you've been there in the mind, you'll go there in the body.
When you're visualizing, when you've got that picture playing out in your mind, always and only dwell upon the end result. Here's an example. Look at the back of your hands right now. Really, look at the back of your hands. The color of your skin, the freckles, the blood vessels, the rings, the fingernails, the fake fingernails. Take in all those details right before you close your eyes. And then see those hands, your fingers, wrapping around the steering wheel of your brand new car.
This is such a holographic experience, so real in this moment, that you don't even feel like you need the car because it feels like you already have it.
It's the feeling that really creates the attraction, not just the picture or the thought. And I think for a lot of people, they think, well, if I think positive thoughts, or if I visualize having what I want, that'll be enough. But if you're doing that and still not feeling abundant or feeling, loving and joyful, then it doesn't, from my mind, really create the power of the attraction.
This is where the secret actually moves into action.
You put yourself in the feeling place of really being in that car, not, oh, I wish I could get that car, or someday I'll have that car, because that's a very definite feeling associated with that. It's not in the now, it's not, it's in the future. If you stay in that feeling, it will always be in the future.
Feel the joy, feel the happiness, no matter how silly it seems in that dark and quiet room, and you're going, woohoo! Do it! A lot of people will say, come on, do I have to do that? How bad do you want change?
Now that feeling and that inner seeing will begin to be an open doorway through which the power of the universe will begin to express.
What power I cannot say, all I know is that it exists.
Our job is not to figure out the how. The how will show up out of the commitment and the belief in the what.
The hows are the domain of the universe. It always knows the shortest, quickest, fastest, most harmonious way between you and your dream.
If you turn it over to the universe, you will be surprised and dazzled by what is delivered to you. This is where magic and miracles happen. Well, I would say you want to do this virtually daily, but my disclaimer is this should never be a chore. What's really bottom line importance here to the whole secret is feeling good. You want to feel exhilarated by this whole process. You want to be high, happy, in tune as much as possible.
The only difference between people who really are living this way and people who aren't, living in the magic of life, is that the people who are living in the magic of life have habituated ways of being. They have habituated this process, and magic happens with them wherever they go because they remember it and they do it all the time, not as a one-time event.
People hold that for a while, and they're really a champion at it. And they say, you know what, I'm fired up, I saw this program, and I'm going to change my life. And yet, results aren't showing, and beneath the surface, it's just about ready to break through. And someone will look at the surface results and go, this stuff doesn't work. And you know what? The universe says, your wish is my command. And it goes down.
Knowing the law of attraction, I wanted to really put it to use and to see if it was, what would happen. And in 1995, I started to create something called a vision board, where I take something that I would want to achieve or something that I want to attract, like a car or a watch or the soulmate of my dreams, and I'd put a picture of what I wanted up on this board called the vision board. And every day I would sit in my office and I would look up at this board and I would start to visualize. I would really get into the state of having already acquired it. I was getting ready to move as we put all the furniture, all the boxes put into storage, and I made 3 different moves over a period of 5 years. And then I ended up in California and bought this house, renovated it for a year, and then had all the stuff brought from my former home 5 years earlier. One morning, about 7:30 in the morning, my son comes into my office, and one of the boxes that was sealed for 5 years was right at the doorstep. And my son, Keenan, was sitting on the box, banging away at the box, and I said, "Sweetheart, will you please stop me? I'm doing some work here." And he says,
"What's in the boxes, Daddy?"
and I said, "Well, honey, those are my vision boards."
What's a vision board?
I said, "Well, it's where I put all my goals up. I cut them out and I put all my goals up as something that I want to achieve in my life." And of course, at 5.5 years old, he didn't understand it. So I said, "Sweetie, let me just show you, because that'll be the easiest way to do it." And so I cut the box open. And when I pulled up the vision boards, there was a picture on there of a home that I was visualizing 5 years earlier. And what was shocking to me was we were living in that house, not a house like it. I had bought my dream home, renovated it, and didn't even know it. But I looked at that house, I started to cry because I was just blown away.
Why are you crying?
Honey, I finally understand how the law of attraction works. I finally understand the power of visualization. I finally understand everything that I've read, everything that I've worked with my whole life, the way I've built companies. It worked for my home as well. And I bought our dream home and didn't even know it.
Decide what you want, believe you can have it, believe you deserve it, and believe it's possible for you. And then close your eyes every day for several minutes and visualize having what you already want and feeling the feelings of already having it. Come out of that and focus on what you're grateful for already. And really enjoy it, okay? And then go into your day and release it to the universe and trust that the universe will figure out how to manifest it. No, the secret was definitely a real transformation for me, because I grew up in a family where my dad was very negative, thought that rich people were people that had ripped everyone off, thought that anyone who had money, must have deceived somebody. And so I grew up with a lot of beliefs about money, that if you had it, it made you bad. Only evil people have money. And, money doesn't grow on trees. That was a big one. Who do you think I am, Rockefeller? That was one of his favorite phrases. So I grew up truly believing that life was difficult, that it was hard, you had to struggle. And it was only when I met W. Clement Stone that I literally began to shift my life.
Whatever the mind of man can conceive and achieve.
When I was working with Stone, he said, "I want you to set a goal that's so big that if you achieved it, it would blow your mind. And you would know it's only because of what I've taught you that you would have achieved this goal." Well, at the time, I was making about $8,000 a year. And for some reason, I wanted something that was really measurable. So I said, I want to make $100,000 in a year. Now, I had no idea how that could do that. I saw no strategy, no possibility, but I just said, I'm going to declare that, I'm going to believe it, I'm going to act as if it's true, and release it. And so I did that. And one of the things he taught me was every day to close your eyes and visualize the goal as if it's already achieved. And I had actually made a $100,000 bill that I put on the ceiling. So the first thing I'd see when I woke up, I'd look up and there it was. It would remind me that this was my intention. And then I would close my eyes and visualize having this $100,000 a year lifestyle. And interestingly enough, nothing major happened for about 30 days. I didn't have any great breakthrough ideas. No one was offering me more money. And all of a sudden, I was in the shower. It was about 4 weeks into it, and I had a $100,000 idea. It just came right into my head. I had a book I had written, and I said, if I could sell 400,000 copies of my book at a quarter each, that'd be $100,000. Now, the book was there, but I never had this thought. And one of the secrets, I think, is that when you have inspired thought, you have to trust it, and you have to act on it. Now, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how I was going to sell 400,000 copies. We'd never done that. And then I saw the National Enquirer at the supermarket. I had seen that millions of times, and it was just background. And all of a sudden, it jumped out of me as foreground, and I thought, wow, if readers knew about my book, certainly 400,000 people would go out and buy it. And about 6 weeks later, I gave a talk at Hunter College in New York to 600 teachers, and this lady comes up at the end and she says,
"That was a great talk. I'd like to interview you." Let me give you my card.
And I said, who do you write for?
I'm a freelancer, but I sell most of my stuff to the National Enquirer.
You know, and I had this little theme from the Twilight Zone went off in my head. Na, 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 na. You're like, whoa, this stuff's really working. So that article came out, and our book sales started to take off. But the point I want to make is that I was attracting into my life all these different events, including this person. And to make a long story short, I did not make $100,000 that year. We made $92,327. But do you think we were like depressed and going, this doesn't work? No, we were going, whoa, this is amazing. And so my wife said to me, wow, if it works for 100,000, you think it'll work for $1 million? And I said, I don't know, I think so, let's try it. My publisher actually wrote me a check as a royalty check for our first Chicken Soup for the Soul book. And he actually put a smiley face in his signature because it was the first $1 million check he'd ever written. And so I know from my own experience, because I wanted to test it, does this secret really work? And when we put it to the test, it absolutely worked. And now I live my life from that every single day.
Well, I can just imagine what a lot of people that are watching this are thinking. And that is, how can I attract more money into my life? How can I get more of the green stuff? How can I get more wealth and prosperity? How can I, when I love my job, deal with the credit card debt that I have? And the realization that maybe there's a ceiling on the money that can come in because it's coming to me through my job. How can I bring in more? Intend it. This goes back to one of the things we've been talking about throughout the whole secret. Your job is to declare what you would like to have from the catalog of the universe. Well, if cash is one of them, say how much you would like to have. I would like to have $25,000 unexpected income within the next 30 days. Or whatever it happens to be. It should be believable for you.
Most people have a goal of getting out of debt. That'll keep you in debt forever. Whatever you're thinking about, you will attract. You'll say, but it's get out of debt. I don't care if it's get out or get in. If you're thinking debt, you're attracting debt. Set up an automatic debt repayment program and then start to focus on prosperity.
So many times people say to me, well, I'd like to double my income in the next year. But then you look at their actions and they're not doing the things that are going to make that happen. And you know, they'll turn right around and go, well, I can't afford that. Okay, guess what? Your wish is my command.
As you are fussing about not having enough money, as you are talking to your friend about not having enough money, as you are feeling unhappy about not having enough money, you are actually activating within yourself or continuing the activation of a thought that is very different from the desire that you have launched. What it just comes down to is you just can't want more money and focus upon not enough.
When I first understood the secret, I was getting bills. Every day I'd get a bunch of bills in the mail. And I thought, how do I turn this around? The law of attraction states that what you focus on, you will get. So I got a bank statement. I whited out the total and I put a new total in there. I put exactly how much I wanted to see in the bank. So I thought, what if I just visualize checks coming in the mail? So I just visualize a bunch of checks coming in the mail. Within just 1 month, things started to change. And it is amazing. Today, I just get checks in the mail. I get a few bills, but I get more checks than bills.
I grew up on you have to work hard for money, you have to work hard for money. And so I replaced that with money comes easily and frequently. Now, in the beginning, it feels like a lie, right? There was a part of your brain that will say, oh, you liar, it's hard. So you have to know it's this little tennis match that will go on for a while.
When it comes to creating wealth, wealth is a mindset. It's all about how you think.
I'd say 80% of my coaching that I do one-on-one with folks is about their psychology and the way they think. And I know when people are listening, they say, oh, well, you can do it, I can't. Every person has the capability to change the way they're in a relationship and conversation with money.
I find so many people who maybe make a tremendous amount of money, but their relationships stink. That's a technical term, by the way. And that's not wealth. It really isn't. You know, you can go after the money and you might get rich, but it doesn't guarantee you'll be wealthy. I'm not suggesting that money isn't a part of wealth. It absolutely is, but it's only a part. And then I meet a lot of people who are quote unquote spiritual, but they're sick and broke all the time. That's not wealth either. Life is meant to be abundant in all areas.
Many people in Western culture are striving for success. They want to have the home, they want their business to work, they want all of these things. But what I found in my research is that having those things certainly doesn't guarantee what we really want, which is happiness. And that's when all those outer things come. They don't come from going after them first to get happiness. It's backwards. You go for the sense of inner joy, of inner peace, of inner vision first, and then all the other things from the outside appear.
The secret means for me actually that we are creators of our universe, and that every wish of what we want to create will manifest in our life. Therefore, it's very important what you wish, what your thoughts are, what your feelings are, because it will manifest. Now, one day I went into somebody's home, and he was an art director of a very famous film producer. And in every corner, he had this beautiful image of a woman, a naked woman dressed with a fabric, kind of doing this, kind of saying, oh, I don't look at you, I don't see you, you know. And I said, I think you have trouble in your romance.
Are you a clairvoyant or something?
No, but look, 7 places you have exactly that woman.
But I love that kind of painting. I painted it myself.
That's even worse, I said, because you put all your creation and your creativity in it. Now, he's this gorgeous-looking man. He has all these actresses around him because that's the work he does. He doesn't get romance. I said, what do you want?
Well, I want to date 3 women a week.
Okay, paint yourself with 3 women and hang it in every corner. Six months later, I see him in Europe and said, how is your love life?
Great. They just call me. They all want to date me.
Because that's your wish.
Now I have like 3 dates a week. They're fighting over me.
Good on you.
But I really want to stabilize a little bit. And I want romance.
Well, paint it, okay? So he painted a beautiful romantic relationship. And a year later, he got married and is very happy. Because he put another wish out. But he wished it in himself for years, but it did not happen. Because his wish could not manifest because the outer level of himself, his house, was just contradicting himself all the time. So if you know this knowledge, you should start playing with it.
Inside relationships, it's important to first understand who's coming into the relationship. And I don't mean about your partner, I mean about you.
How can you ever expect anyone else to enjoy your company if you don't enjoy your own company? And so, again, the law of attraction, or the secret, is about bringing that into your life, and you've got to get really, really clear. Here's the question I would ask you to consider. Do you treat yourself the way that you want other people to treat you?
You become the solution for you. Don't now you owe me and you need to give me more. Instead, give more to yourself. Take time off to give to yourself, in a sense, to fill yourself up to fullness, to where now you can overflow in giving.
I got into many relationships expecting my partner to show me my beauty. I needed to see him showing me my beauty because I didn't feel beautiful. Because when I was growing up, my sheroes were Charlie's Angels, or the Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman. And though they were wonderful women, none of them looked like me. It wasn't until I stopped and I fell in love with Lisa, full lips, round hips, mocha skin, afro, that the rest of the world began to fall in love with Lisa.
There's something so magnificent about you. I have been studying me for 44 years. I want to kiss myself. Because you're going to get to love yourself. I'm not talking about conceit. I'm talking about a healthy respect for yourself. And as you love yourself, you'll love others.
Sometimes people will say, those people at work are so negative, or the man I live with is so angry, or my children are so worrisome to me. And we say, you must orient yourself to the best part of those people who surround you. We encourage that you get a notebook and that you make a list of the positive aspects of the people that you spend a lot of time with. could be someone that you have a terrible experience with, a terrible relationship with. And in the privacy of your own mind, and with quite a bit of work, we will admit, as you focus upon things that you like most, those people will become that mostly to you. And even though you cannot create in their reality, if they are in a mood or an attitude that doesn't match the mood or an attitude that you have about them, they'll zig while you zag. Law of attraction will not put you in the same space together. Your frequencies don't match up. If you knew your potential to feel good, you would ask no one to be different so that you can feel good. You would free yourself of all of that cumbersome impossibility of needing to control the world or control your mate or control your child. You are the only one who creates your reality. For no one else can think for you. No one else can do it. It is only you. Every bit of it you.
It's important to recognize that our body is really the product of our thoughts. We're beginning to understand in medical science the degree to which the nature of thoughts and emotions actually determines the physical substance and structure and function of our body.
We've known in the healing arts of a placebo effect. A placebo is something that supposedly has no impact and no effect on the body, like a sugar pill or something. You tell the patient that this is just as effective, and what happens is the placebo has the same effect, if not greater effect, than sometimes the medication is supposed to be designed for that effect. So they found out that the human mind is the biggest factor in the healing arts, more so than sometimes the medication. If somebody is in a situation where they're sick and they have an alternative to try to explore what is in their mind creating it versus using medicine, if it's an acute situation that could really bring death to them, then obviously the medicine is a wise thing to do while they explore what the mind is about. So you don't want to negate medicine. Every form of healing has a place.
There is only a stream of well-being that flows, you know. It is a stream of pure positive energy. And the universe, all that we know, is abundant with only that. This is a world that is based upon well-being, and well-being dramatically abounds. And when you are allowing that stream to flow in its fullness, you feel very, very good. And when you are pinching it off a bit, you feel not so good. There is only a stream of goodness or well-being which you are allowing or not. And your magnificent emotions are telling you what the mix is, how you're doing in your allowing or your resisting of this connection.
You know people who have had terminal disease. Stop and think of the word dis-ease. Hyphenate the word. That's a body that's not at ease.
We've got 1,000 different diagnoses and disease out there. They're just the weak link. They're all the result of one thing, stress. And you put enough stress on the chain, you put enough stress on the system, and one of the links breaks.
Our physiology creates disease to give us feedback, to let us know we have an imbalanced perspective and we're not loving and we're not grateful. So the body's signs and symptoms are not something terrible.
Is when a person has manifested a disease in their body temple or some kind of discomfort in their life. Through the power of right thinking, can it be turned around? And the answer is absolutely yes.
On November 23rd, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I truly believed in my heart, with my strong faith, that I was already healed. During the day, all day long, I would just say, thank you for my healing. On and on and on I went, thank you for my healing. I believed in my heart I was healed. I saw myself as if cancer was never in my body. One of the things I did to heal myself was to watch very funny movies. That's all we would do is just laugh, laugh, laugh. We couldn't afford to put any stress in my life because we knew stress was one of the worst things you can do while you're trying to heal yourself. From the time I was diagnosed, which was November 23rd, to the time I was healed totally, was approximately 3 months. And that's without radiation and chemotherapy.
Well, we come with a basic program, It's called self-healing. You get a wound, it grows back together. You get a bacterial infection, the immune system comes and takes care of those bacteria and heals it up. The immune system is made to heal itself.
Dis-ease cannot live in a body that's in a healthy emotional state. Your body is casting off millions of cells every second, and it's creating millions of new cells.
In fact, literally, parts of our body are replaced every day. Other parts take a few months, other parts a couple of years. But within a few years, we have a brand new physical body.
If you have a disease and you're focusing on it and you're talking to people about it, you're going to create more disease cells. See yourself living in a perfectly healthy body. Let the doctor look after the disease.
Can you feel the difference between having painful arthritis in your hips and feeling fearful about it? Or having painful arthritis in your hips and feeling hopeful about it? The difference between fearful and hopeful is the difference between recovery or not.
Happier thoughts lead to essentially a happier biochemistry, a happier, healthier body. Negative thoughts, stress, has been shown to seriously degrade the body and the functioning of the brain, because it's our thoughts and emotions that are continuously reassembling, reorganizing, recreating our body.
Remove physiological stress from the body, and the body does what it was designed to do. It heals itself.
I've seen kidneys regenerated. I've seen cancer dissolved. I've seen eyesight improve and come back.
I always say that incurable means curable from within.
You can change your life and you can heal yourself.
So friends, we stop at this moment at 1 hour and 4 minutes, and we will see the next part next week. I mean, every minute of this movie has got a message. We have to think, we have to discuss it, we have to share it, and then we move to the sequel, that is the magic. And may the magic manifest in your life in the form of complete health, wealth, good relationships, good spirituality, and India's health system becomes the best in the world. Mankind moves from Kalyug to Satyug. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we end it here. We see you tomorrow morning. And please start telling people for the next month's session. We will be starting on 1st December this time. And the more we depend on all of you for word of mouth publicity. So thank you, Dr. Sharda, for the wonderful message. Thank you, thank you, thank you.